Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor on the 10.0.7 version. I'm Jewel, and as you can see we're on the Jewel's Peaceful Valley map, and we're going to get started. I'm going to do a tutorial today on adding the Tailor place, as you see here. And if you see, it says TailorUS underscore place. And remember, if you saw the video where I did the production points, and added them in as a whole, then you'll know how to do that, and you already have the building in here. And then you can simply just click on the TailorUS place, make sure you got the whole transform group and not open into another area. And you will take it and hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click where you want it. You can twist it around, line it up where you want it. And in this case I wanted it 0 for the rotate Y because I want it to line up with the road out here. And if you wanted it, say, lined up with this road over here, with the front over here, you would have to put it at -90, as you can see. And you say, how do I know that? Well, when you twisted it around, you're so close to -90 that you just have to know. If you did your roads exactly squared up like that, then you know it's a 90, in this case a -90. So you would just type -90, and then it would make that squared up with the paint and with the road wherever you painted it. And of course, if you did it to the back side, it would be 0 on both of the other ones. So they went from -80s to 0. And then if you rotate it around again, it goes to 90. So then you would type in 90 for it to paste that way. Okay, so that gives you a little idea about that. We're going to bring it back to 0 and have the 180s there. So that puts us back in the front. Put it where you want it. I already laid mine out. Mold your ground if it's something that needs molding. This has already been molded flat, so we're good to go there. If you open this Tailor thing, if you already brought that production points area in, you can see it's got the pre-placed TailorUS. You come to the user attributes in your attributes box, and you'll see if you click on the unique ID area, don't erase anything, and then drag over with your arrow key, you see DAE at the end. That's the Riverbend one. So that's the one they have for Riverbend in their Placeables XML. And you pretty much, the way they changed the Placeable Toolkit is they were letting us have our own unique ID when we were bringing it in through the Placeables Toolkit. Say there was nothing on the map, like none of these types of buildings like that. And I used the scripts, shared script, map, placeable toolkit thing, and I used this. They would bring the building in, this TailorUS place, it would have brought it in like this right here, pre-placed TailorUS. That would have came in the map. Then it would have been at the bottom, and then you could have put it in a folder wherever you chose, and then Control B, put it where you want it. And it would have gave us a brand new unique ID, and it would write it when we were finished using the Placeable Toolkit to our Placeables XML. That's not what they're doing anymore, and I don't know if they changed it to this other thing, this one, because I was using that one in 10.0.3 Giants Editor, and it was working just fine. But now it's not. There is still a way to do it, and you can use the Riverbend ID either way, so it still works if you use that one, but it was giving us a unique one for our maps, and I liked that, and I thought that was neat. But now they're not. Now, unless they are here, so I'm not sure. I already tried deleting off the Tailor shop and doing it separate to see if it was just because the building was there, and it still wouldn't give it to me. Okay, now next video I may try that one and just test it, but in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Placeable Toolkit still, and show you how you wouldn't have to use it if you didn't want to. So stay tuned to watch to the end for that. Now, we're going to close that for a minute because we're not doing it yet. For the person, after you put your building where you want it, you already laid it out. You're good to go now for the people that already had this. And then you wait for the part where I do the Placeables XML information and the other stuff. Now, the other people that don't have this at all, they need to open their main game and get the production points area if they want all of them, to come already in the map like that, and then you can put them where you want them, or you could just get the TailorUS place all by itself and bring it in, whichever you prefer. Or you could get the whole map thing, which would bring everything in, which would be a lot. Or buildings, you could bring that whole group in, and that brings all that in. It just depends on what you want to do. Everybody's different. You could do you can do each one of them separately. I would suggest you do the buying station area one separate, the farm one separate, the production one separate, the selling one station area separate, so on and so forth. That way, then later you can delete it, but at least you bring it in these little pieces that you can move around decently, and you don't have a whole bunch of I3Ds all in your file. Otherwise, you're going to have an I3D for this, one for that, and we're using the main game information, so we're not customizing these particular ones. I'll have to get into that later on, because right now I'm not looking to that. I'm looking for doing it as the main game had it. So that's what I'm showing right now. But in the future, we could potentially be showing customizing things and different stuff like that. But so if you need it and you don't have it, so the rest of you have to just skip ahead or bear with me. Go to your main game. Okay. So if you don't know where that is, just go to wherever it is on your thing. Now I'm gonna show you a couple places it could be. If you have it on C drive, it might be in Program Files 86, and then maybe in Steam if you got Steam. If not, I'm not really sure. Steam apps, I'm not sure where yours is because everybody's got it differently. Common, and then there's Farm Sim. That was my 19. I don't have my 25 in there. I have it in D drive. So if you got yours in G drive and you have Steam, then go to Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Farm Sim 25, Data, Maps, and in this case Maps US, and then open this Map US i3D. Double click it, hit OK. I'm not going to hit OK because there's enough in here that I can show you what to do once you're in the Riverbend main game, where the main game was installed. So you would hit OK. I'm going to hit cancel. It's going to open up. Just be patient. Let it open up Riverbend, the main game thing. Don't change anything in there. Okay? Don't change anything in there. And when you leave and you click the X, click no. You don't want to save it. You don't want to change it. You don't want to do anything to it. Just hit no, so it won't change anything. So anyway, I'm going to minimize this. And once you go in the Riverbend, pretend now this is Riverbend you're looking at. And you go under Map, open it, open Location. And then you'll only have one buildings in there, so ignore that one. Open Buildings, come down to Production Points area, open that. Come down to the Tailor Place. If you want just the building for the Tailor Place and none of the rest of these, then you'll click on that Tailor Place one. Make sure they got the whole transform group highlighted. Then click File, Export Selection with Files. Go wherever your map is. So Documents, in this case, My Games, Farm Sim 25, Mods. Go to your map. Not the main game anymore, but your map. Open it up. Maps, Maps US. Go all the way into here, and you need to make a new folder, and you need to call it TailorUS Place. You can just type it out, preferably like that. And you could have copied and pasted it from over there in the attributes transform box, but when you were on there, but whatever, type it out. But just basically new folder. One of these little things will pop up that says new folder. It'll be blue. Type out TailorUS Place. And then open the folder. Double click the folder, or depending on your computer, click once. Then click down here after you open the folder. So in this case, I'm going to open this because I didn't put that in there separate. Actually, I did. I did do one of them separate. Let me see if I see it. Here it is, right here. So open that because you just made that folder, and then once you open it, this won't be here. Go ahead and click here and type out the same thing, TailorUS_place. Put that there, hit save, and hit yes and yes, that you want to keep the game relative paths and you want the parent directory. Okay, so once you do that, it's going to put this i3D in here. Then when you come back, it's going to be there for you to bring into your map. Okay, I'm hitting cancel. You hit save, yes and yes after you titled it here. It would have been empty. You titled it here, hit save, yes and yes. Alright, So once you're done with that, you could come back into your map, the one that just jumped from the Giants editor, this one to the other one, right? So if you got two open, you jump to your map, then you go back and forth to the main game one. So then you're going to click File, Import, and then it'll bring you right back to the spot you were at. And in this case, it didn't, but it would if you were if I had actually clicked it. So now you just go back through if it's not there. My games, Forza 25, mods, the name of your map, TailorUS, find the one you had made, which is Tailor Place. Open that one, click on the i3D, click open. Then it would bring it in. Then you would place it where you want. So that's one way. The other way would be if you want all these buildings, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to click it on here on the main group that holds all the buildings, the production points area. So if you want all these buildings brought in, that you're still going to have to do XML and stuff for, but you can bring it all in as one group for one i3D in your map area. So you would click on that, highlight that, and do the same thing. You would go File, Export Selection with Files, go to your map, same process, and repeat it. Okay? So just go back to wherever your map is, and then make a new folder, and then title it the same thing that you just saw, production, capital P point, which is points, and then underscore place or whatever. And then you would open that folder, so it would look like this right here. That's what it would look like. You could even copy after you type that out in that folder. Just drag, left click, drag over, and copy. Hit right click and hit copy, so you could paste it in there when you're finished. Double click that. This would be empty. Click here, right click, click paste, and it would paste that name in there. And then it would be, that wouldn't be there yet, but the name would be here. Hit save, yes, and yes, and then it will put that there. Then I'm gonna hit cancel. You would hit save, yes, and yes, and then you would be getting that from your Riverbend too at that point. So you would be in Riverbend when you exported with files this thing. Now you go back to your map, go File, Import, same thing. It would bring you back to it. If it didn't, you would click on it and click OK if it did. If it didn't, you go back to it. Alright, so there we go. And it would just come back to your map and go to the spot wherever that is, and then open it, click on it, and open. It would bring all those buildings in as that. Then either one of these you would want to put in whatever folder you had made for it. I like to make it the same as the path that the in-game Riverbend had. You can make it however you want. You don't have to call it the things that they call it. So you could have had your own folder that you call it buildings or whatever. I like to have it the same path, maps, map locations, buildings, whatever. So I would have highlighted what I wanted, the tailor shop if I wanted it, or the production points area, because it would have been at the bottom, and hit the middle scroll wheel, hold it down, don't let go, drag it up, let go on the folder you want it to be in this case would be buildings, and it would put it in. Once it's in, you would click on the production points area, and you'll see it brought in all these buildings. And then you leave that at 0 right there. If you close it and click transform, you'll see it's at 0. Leave that at 0. You would open it, pick your building, which in this case was the tailor shop, and Control B, left mouse click where you want it. That's the difference. That's the two ways of getting that one in here. You could go to scripts, shared scripts, map, placeable toolkit thing, bring that other thing up, bring it in through it, and it would give you a unique ID number different from Riverbend, and then you could drag that one up into this folder, and you would have it with its own unique ID from totally different from Riverbend. Now they don't do that unless there's another one I gotta try it differently, but the one that we were doing in 10.0.3, Giants Editor is not doing that now. But there is still a way to do it that way, okay? Just not with making a whole new unique ID. It will not be a unique ID other than what Riverbend's ID was for this building. It still will work, but it'll be the same one. Now, once you're done with that, you're going to hit save. You done fixed your building where you wanted it. You're happy. You're like, yep. Load it to the ground, everything's right. Save it. When it's finished saving, you're going to have to go to the main game. Or first go to your map. And then you're going to see, go wherever your map is. Documents, my games, in my case, Farm Sim 25, mods, my map name, maps, TailorUS. And in this case, you're going to go to config, placeables, right click, edit with Notepad++. This right here is where you've been putting stuff if you've already been doing it. Otherwise, it's either blank or it's if you've added it as the main game one, it's all the main game stuff and you hadn't even changed anything yet. But you could come get this loaded if you have it right at the end, so you could jump back and forth between them, or if you don't, you just go back through each time to your map. Now we're going to go to the main game config folder. Go right back through again, D drive, Steam library, common, Farm Sim 25, data, maps, TailorUS, and in this case config, and then placeables. Right click, edit with Notepad++. Come in here and you're gonna go find your tailor shop thing. You could just roll to it, which it's here. It's not too far from the bottom. Or you can hit Control F as in Frank, bring this up, and then drag that over and type it in, Tailor. You should be able to just type Tailor and find it, and it should go to it, unless there's other Tailor stuff. But in this case, it's not. Then just close that box out with the X. All right. And then we're going to, you can see it says DAE, that is the Riverbend one, and the one in our maps says the same thing in the building that we imported. Now what you could have done is just got it from here without using the placeable toolkit. I'm going to show you both ways. You can click here at the end and drag over and drag up and get all three of these lines here. Right click and hit copy, and then go put that in your placeables XML. Right? In this case, we're not going to do that because I'm going to show you the toolkit. But while we're here, I'm going to grab, if you're going to use the toolkit, just grab this line and that line. If you're not going to use the toolkit, grab all three lines. And honestly, at this point, if they're not going to give us a unique ID with the toolkit, just come in here and grab all three lines. At that point, I mean, I don't see any reason, what's the point anymore, right? So hit copy. Okay, because we're going to need that to show the picture of the Tailor place. When we click on that little icon thing that tells us where to go and hit visit, it'll show the picture. If we don't have that, it won't. And you notice they don't have a / right here. If we use the placeable toolkit, it will, and we'll have to backspace that out or the picture won't show up. Okay, so now as soon as you copied that one, or all three, if you don't want to use the placeable toolkit, copy all three of those. This one, and that one, and then go to your placeables, or back, like since you already opened it, if it's back one, click that. I like to go back through and reopen it because then I know I went back in. So go back to my map, where your map is, right click, edit with Notepad++, come in here, click to the end of that, hit enter. Right there where that cursor is, right click and click paste. Now in this case, we pasted on in this information. Now we could have waited, but we'll just leave it there for right now. We'll hit save. Don't worry about that. We're going to fix that. That's no big deal, because we got to bring in that other thing. Okay, so this don't really go to that one. We're going to be bringing, actually I can go ahead and hit to the end of this and hit space and then hit save. It's waiting on me to bring that other one in, and we'll have to move it. Okay, so don't panic. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead back to the Giants editor. And normally I do the placeable toolkit thing first. So hit hit scripts and shared scripts and map and placeables. You hover over it and then hover over toolkit and hit left mouse button. This one's going to stay the same. It should be going straight to your game where it's installed. If it's not, take it there. Go through there, right there, and take it there. The path. Then you go to the map placeables config and click this. Then you go to wherever that is. In this case, it's in your map because you want it to go to your map. Documents, my games, Farm Sim 25, mods. The map name, maps, TailorUS, config, placeables. Click once on it, click open. It just puts it in here so that when it's finished, it writes it to it. Now originally we were hitting create placeable referenced, and that was when we were getting our new uh, unique ID. But they're not doing it. It won't work anymore. I hadn't tried this one. I will try it on probably the next video or so. But now we can skip this one and skip that one and go straight to validate. Why? Because we already put the building on here and it already had that other little user attribute information of the pre-placed thing in it. So that's why it's going to go ahead and add the Riverbend unique ID for it. Okay, so hit validate, and then you're going to go through this list again like I showed before and hit, and unless you want all of them to be written, it's like if you want that to be written and you've already put it where you want it, then you can hit yes. But if you haven't, I would hit no, and then when you do it, you'll hit yes, and then you can work from there. Alright, I'm going to hit no until we see the Tailor place. So just no, no, no. Very carefully and slowly, not too quick. You don't want to jam anything. And go all the way till you see the Tailor place. So it's probably closer to the end. So just go. I don't want to jam anything, so I don't want to go too fast. But I appreciate everybody. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. Share the video if you want others to be able to see how to do this map making stuff. And we're going to hit yes when we get to the Tailor place. Don't go too fast or you'll pass it, and then you got to go all the way back through the whole process on that part again. So we got to get to Tailor. As you can see, all these buildings that are showing are only showing because they're in the map. So basically what Giants did is made it so that when a building's in the map, it shows this if you go through that to validate. Depending on if you want to get the other information, that's up to you. And so you go on through. Hopefully I didn't pass it because I wasn't paying attention. Alright, we should be getting close. Tailor. If I passed it, I'm sorry. I don't think so though. I think we're getting close. Where is it? We should be close. It takes a while because there's a lot of buildings on here that we haven't placed yet. Alright, I think we're real close now. There it is. Now hit yes. TailorUS. Do you want it on there? Yes. This is the ID. DAE. That's the Riverbend one. Do you want to add it? Yes. Now we're going to keep hitting no to finish out these because we don't want the other buildings right now. If there were some you wanted, go ahead and hit yes. But right now, carefully, just so you don't jam up everything, just carefully get out of there. You could be hitting X. You don't just have to hit no. You could hit X up there and just keep hitting X gently. Very carefully. Go through it. So you can see all the buildings that's there. So, that's not in there yet. So now we're almost through. It's a bunch of them. There we go. Now, once we hit this X, it's going to ask us, do we want to write it? Yes, we want to put that into our map, the one that we put a path for right there in this little box. Maps US config, placeables.xml. If it says your map name and it says the path to your config placeables.xml, then hit yes. If not, hit no, because you don't want to put it in another map or the main game map. Now it just wrote that information to your placeables XML. Now we can go back to our placeables XML in our map, edit with Notepad++, come in here and we'll see it should be in here. They didn't. Where did they write it? They didn't write it? Hello? We said yes. We know the close is messed up on the tag, but why didn't they write it? Did they write it? No. Because we put that in there? Maybe that's why. That's weird. Alright, I'm going to cut this out for a minute. I'm going to hit save. Now we're going to try this again. Just bear with me. Alright, so go through all that. There we go. Alright, we got to run this one again, because if you don't, it changes it after you do it. So you got to go back, always go back to the mod folder. If you don't, you think it's still there and it's not. go put it back where it belongs. Alright, validate. Now I'm just going to go a little quicker. Very carefully though. It should have wrote that. I think because we had that error where I had already added that. Not the tailor thing, but the bottom part, it kind of threw it off and it didn't want to write it. So that's interesting. So if you have an issue in your thing, it won't write it. Because it should have wrote it. Now it'll write it, but it should have wrote it. So since it wasn't closing right, it didn't write it. Isn't that interesting? So now that's a troubleshoot for somebody that's having a problem like that. So it's because you already got an issue in there and it's not writing it because there's an issue in there. So fix your issue in there and it should write it. Now again, you could just take those 3 lines and throw it in your placeable XML file and be done. But I was happy when they had the placeable toolkit because it was bringing the building right in immediately. Everything was nice. But it just somehow they just kept messing with it, and then I don't know. It's not as good as it was when it was in 10.0.3 in my opinion. Now, that could change, or here we go. There's that. Hit yes. And then now we're going to hit no on the rest of these real quick. Trying to hurry for everyone. And then we can go ahead and hit it again and it should write it for us. Alright, and then click that, and then yes, that's what we want. Unsaved placeables, place placeables. Do you want to save them to there? It usually shows that other thing. Alright, I'm going to hit yes. It should have took care of it. Alright, so now let's go see. It should be there this time. Now it's going to reload it, and it wrote it. You see? But only because we had that little issue with this, it was unhappy, and it wouldn't even write it in there. Isn't that weird? So now we're going to take away this / right here, because that's what we got to do to make that picture show up. Click to the end, hit enter, and now we can right click and paste that back in that we had cut. So, and if you have a problem, just do the placeable toolkit first, then go get that information for the picture. But I was trying to show it to you a little differently, but now that's good. Somebody might have been having that problem, and now they know what to do. So once you click this, as long as you see the purple, you know it's going to do it and work. If you don't see the purple, it's because you got the / here, and that's a problem. See? You need to get rid of that so that this right here will be called in the game to show the picture when you click on the icon of the building, of the Taylor building. Now you're going to hit save. Okay? And again, you could have just pasted those 3 that you had copied if you had copied them from the in-game, since they're not giving us a new ID now and they're still giving us Riverbend. You could have just pasted that in there and been done. Right? And there is no store item for the Taylor place for whatever reason, so you don't even have to do the store item. But I'll come in here and show you. Right click, edit notepad ++. Mine is still just like the in-game, and there is no Taylor place. You just look through and you see that there is no Taylor place. So for whatever reason, you don't need it. Alright, so now we can go in the game, and if I didn't hit save, I will hit save again. Just make sure you save if you didn't, so you can move along. And once you save, go in game and check it out. Alright, and it'll take a second to load, and then we'll be done. But I don't have a spinnery on the map yet. I mean, I have the building there, but I haven't placed it because it's got a lot of interesting stuff, and I got to find a good spot for it. But we're going to need fabric for this building, and you get that from the spinnery, and you get the fabric from cotton and from wool at the spinnery. So you do have to have that if you want to get the stuff, unless you can use the power tools. I hadn't even looked in there to see if it had some of it. I don't think it has the wool, but it might have some of the other stuff. But you need fabric. It may or may not have fabric in the power tools. I haven't even looked, so I don't know. Okay, let's go on in. Smash that like button. Appreciate everybody. Hope you are enjoying. Here we go. Trying to get the map going quicker. Trying to post a little simulator here and then a map here, map making video here and there. Trying to speed it up a little, get this map working and done. So I hope that is enjoyable to you. Check out the train video, how to add the train to your map so that it works. I posted that. You gotta watch it if you want to see all the details so you can get yours working right. I tried to be very detailed because I know the problems that people run into. That's why it's a little longer. I could have even made it longer, honestly, just because of trying to share as much detail as to what I know people have problems with. But check it out, watch it very carefully, and you can get your train working. If I can do it, you can do it. That's just all it is to it. Alright, so as soon as this loads, we'll be ready to go. There we go. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and click when it finishes, hit start, get on in the game, confirm, hit escape, go to the Tailor place. This is the little icon, there's the picture because we took away the / and we added the PNG little line of information and the little placeable information under the one we used the toolkit for, or you copied all three from the placeables XML from the main game. Now we can manage it here. We can click buy, tag, visit. We're going to hit visit. We're here. You hear the sound. It's got that. You can see all the stuff floating because that's the buildings I brought in that I hadn't placed yet. Now, you can buy this, but we don't have the money right now, so we need to hit escape to come to the place to get the money. We can get the money, hit the space bar, get enough money. I'm going to get a little over, get about 3 grand. 300 grand, rather. Get the 300 grand, hit escape again, come up here, R as in Richard, yes to buy it, turns that off for right now, hit OK. You can hear the other noise, talking or whatever it is, and here's the icon for this. The other one was the wrench to buy it, and this should be the palette where they pop up what they do, the clothes that you make. Now, if we had the spinnery on the map, we could go to and make the okay, you'd have to get the wool from the sheep. You then put it in the spinnery, and you put cotton in the spinnery, and it makes the fabric. You bring the fabric here, you put it in here, and then it would work. Now, I'm going to look at the F12 thing to see if there's any fabric in here. Let me hit OK and see if it is any in here. I don't know if it is any fabric in here, though. Apparently, it's not. Unless I didn't go the right way. Okay, let me back up and try one more time just to see what the rest of these are. Build options, super strength, flight mode, speed, HUD, money, save, exit, restart, spawn materials. Okay, so I can't show y'all, but it works. Obviously, you see that it works. But you need to put fabric in, and then once the fabric, you put enough fabric in, depending on what you set it to do, some of it does different functions like storing it or selling it right away. So depending on what you set it on, then your pallets will spawn here. Okay, so it works though. You can see it doesn't have the stuff it needs. Okay, so it's not activated either. So if we come up here, well, you can just hit escape and click on this, and you see your thing. We only have that one on here. It tells you 4 fabric makes 2 clothes. You could, what do you got here? It should be ready to go. It's storing it right now. You can click on that right here, and then it says activate. Okay, now, then if you want to change, I believe I forgot what it was called, but you change in between, you store it, sell it, see it shows you here, selling, change output, distributing, and then storing. If you want it to just sell straight away, you put it on selling. If you want to distribute it, I think you're supposed to be able to do something with it. It basically builds it up, but I don't know if it does quite like the other one does. I think the best one is storing. So put it on there for the pallets, I believe, to spawn, if I remember correctly. Alright, because I don't really use it very much, but you got to use fabric. Fabric's made with cotton and wool at the spinnery. So, and we'll be doing that in the future. We hadn't added the spinnery on the map yet. So there you go. It says active products, clothing missing, materials missing, clothes. Um, you know. So building is the storage thing's empty as you see. But that's the building. There's the icons. Everything's working. And I guess that's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.